had my worst experience ever with finding somebody dead. That was
Really?
this really gentle guy was coming around doing good, and he was a little slow, but he claimed that he was free from drugs and drank a little bit. But the camp that he was in was really, really bad. I mean, these guys were firing up like 10 times a day. So we encouraged him to go to a different camp, and we put him in a camp by himself. And the next day, he wasn't at church. So I was driving, I was about 5 miles away, and I got a check in the spirit that says, go check on Henry. And Henry was dead. And he had been there for a while, and I had to turn him over. And he had been sleeping on a yoga pad, and his eyes were open and the lines from the yoga pad, and he looked like a demon. And it like freaked me out. And I called the police, and they don't even investigate. Oh, he's all these medicines. He's a drug addict, and just, toss him to the side like nobody cares. But he broke my heart, and to see him like that, because for 10 years I was a pastor in a nursing home, and oftentimes I get a phone call that said, hey, Miss Mom Ash is getting ready to pass. Would you come over? And I go over and hold her hand, and sometimes give them permission, say, it's okay to let go. Jesus is waiting for you. And one time there was a lady crawling around on her bed naked, and she was screaming with a very deep guttural groan. And I believe that I saw her wrestling with the devil. She didn't believe in God, and she was resisting. And so those were like the two greatest extremes that I've ever seen. But I mean, death is tragic anyhow. And like when I see somebody die, oftentimes I may do a memorial service if I know the family, but oftentimes they're just gone and it's on to the next person. But then I get the thought of, I have to pray for the family that I'll never know. They may not even know what happened to their son or daughter, but when they do find out, they're going to be grieving. And I just pray that somebody's there the good side about death is it gives you an opportunity to talk to somebody about hope.